Ryan, and I am back with another video from my channel, Teller Defender. And something I want to talk about, it's been on my mind for a little while. Scams and cost a lot of money, and the different ways they've fallen for scams, and even some of how my bank customers have fallen for scams. But I want to talk about how you can fight back against scams. A lot of the scams out there that people receive are still in email form, or they get them, or even as I showed in my last video, a voicemail of someone claiming to be from my county sheriff's department. But there is a wonderful tool out there, or there's many of these types of tools out there that you can use and get rid of scams. At least to keep yourself from falling victim from one of the many that are out there. And I've actually talked about this before, but I've talked about it in a way of how scammers use this tool to create scams, and that is the use of AI. I know there's a lot of controversy and a lot of things with AI. There's what's called a lot of AI slop, but believe it or not, AI can actually be a useful tool if used in the right way. And so I want to give an example of that, of using AI to help detect scams so that you and others can avoid becoming a victim of them. So for this purpose, I'm going to use Google Gemini. I like Gemini. I've used it for quite a while, and that's the tool I'm going to be using today. As you can see here, I am currently using Gemini for this purpose, but I'm going to go to my email and find a recent example of a scam, and we're going to see how Gemini will detect it and give it the details showing why it is a scam. So I'm going to go to this one here. It says last warning, automatic removal of protection. So let's see what this is here. And it is loading. It says it's from McAfee. Dear subscriber, warning, your McAfee antivirus protection has expired. This is the final notice. Payment decline. Update billing immediately. Without antivirus protection, my computer is at risk. Purchase or renew now to keep my PC protected. And supposedly this is a subscription number. There's says Security Antivirus Plus expires today. And there's a button to click to update my payment details. But I'm not so sure about this. I don't know if this is legitimate or not. Let's see what AI says about this. So I'm going to copy image, and then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to paste. As you can see, it does copy it right there, and then to tell it, I'm going to give it a prompt here. Please look this image over as it came from my email. I believe it is a scam, but I want details of why it is a scam if it turns out to be the case. Alright, so I'm going to send that in, submit that. Alright, so it is thinking, it's looking it up here. It says, my instincts are spot on. The email shown in this image is absolutely a scam. It's a classic phishing attempt designed to panic you into handing over my credit card details or account details. So it gives a break here. High pressure tactics and artificial urgency. The Today headline. The expiration date is listed vaguely as today. Genuine subscription services will always provide a specific calendar date, such as June 15th, 2026. for when a card was declined or when a service expired. Fearmongering. The use of aggressive bold red text like warning, final notice, and at risk is designed to bypass your logical thinking and force you to act quickly out of fear. And then there's poor grammar and inconsistent. Here to look closely at the headline. Antivirus protection has expired, and it does show some weird spacing there. It says there is a random underscore in antivirus, a double space before expired, and a bizarre space right before the period. Major tech companies use automated templates and professional copywriters. They don't leave sloppy typos in their billing alerts, and of course spelling discrepancies. The email body switches to the British Commonwealth spelling of license. Your license will expire, whereas American corporate communications use License spelling for the word license. And of course, generic greetings. And this is something I've always mentioned that you need to look out for. It addresses you as Dear Subscriber. If you actually had a paid McAfee account tied to your email address, their billing system would address you by your actual name. And it says the unsubscribe dead giveaway. It says look at the very bottom fine print. If you wish to stop receiving these advertisements, please click here. If it's a legitimate alert, they're not going to have this labeled as an advertisement. So as you can see, Google Gemini, quickly, which was very nice, very quickly looked over this and was able to give me the exact details of why that email was a scam. So if you're ever in doubt, if you question an email, you can always copy it, go to Google Gemini or ChatGPT, whatever AI tool you like to use, and just paste that in there and just say, hey, I'm not sure if this is an email scam or not. Please look it over and tell me why it is a scam if that turns out to be the case. And I gave you an example of why that happened here. But let's do one more example, and I'm going to do one that I did in my last video, which was the voicemail of someone claiming to be from my county's sheriff department. So I'm going to go ahead and click the plus button. Hopefully it will. Alright, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to upload files. Or at least do more uploads. It's taking a little longer here. Alright, so I'm going to go and I'm going to upload Sheriff Scam, the voicemail. Okay. And this may or may not work. I've done this before. I've never loaded an audio file into the Gemini, but I am very curious to see if it can listen to that and discern if it is really a scam. Which in my last video, if you watched it, you'll have seen that it definitely is a scam, and I told you the reasons why. So I'm going to put I've uploaded an audio from my voicemail from someone claiming to be from my county's sheriff's. Let's see. County's sheriff's department. If you can, please listen to it and see a scammer pretending to be from the sheriff. Alright, so I hit enter. And let's just see here if it's going to be able to list it. So, It says, based on the specific audio blueprint and code structures embedded in the voicemail data that I provided, your suspicions are entirely correct. This is absolutely a phishing scam, commonly known as the warrant failure to appear scam. Scammers frequently target residents by impersonating local law enforcement agencies, and here are the exact reasons why this call is a fraud and how these scams operate. And it says, and it gives some generic reasons here. It says demand for immediate payment, gift cards, legal threats and high pressure urgency, spoofed phone numbers, which I did see the phone number that it came from, which did look like it was kind of from the sheriff's department, but the full number definitely, thankfully, when I called the actual sheriff's department, said it was not them. And then it says real law enforcement verification protocols. Basically, though, the message said, it gave whoever the person was, said my name and said that I need to call before the end of the day to clarify some legal matters. And it is a little scary when you get something like that, as I said in my last video, but I suspected it was a scam, and then I got it confirmed from the sheriff's department itself that it was a scammer. But as you can see here, it says based on the specific audio blueprint and code structures embedded in the voicemail that I provided, it definitely could tell that it is a scam. So this is how you can use AI in general to help spot scams and avoid becoming a victim of them. And I would urge you to share this with as many people as possible. It may seem like common sense to a lot of people, but I'm going to tell you, people fall victim to scams every single day. Millions of dollars are lost every single month to scams. They're getting worse. And if it was common sense, the scammers would stop trying to scam people, because they know they wouldn't be getting any money from it. But they know it works. This is modern day robbery. That's what's happening today. They know they can hide behind a computer screen, send out fake stuff, convince you there's something wrong, or you may have won a lot of money, supposedly, but they know it works, and that's how they are able to steal people's money. So I just wanted to share this with you. An easy way to detect scams is using AI. Scammers may use AI to create scams themselves, but you can turn around and use it to fight back against scams themselves. So I hope you enjoy this video. Check back soon. I will have some more examples of other scams, especially a very interesting one where a scammer called my bank. So stay tuned for that one.